Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the concept related to expansion and contraction in demand, which is also commonly termed as increase or decrease in quantity demanded. So expansion and contraction in demand. Now in this case what happens? There is no change in the slope of the demand curve, but there is rather upward or downward movement along the same slope, leading to expansion or contraction, which happens due to the change in the price only. It means all other factors are assumed to remain constant. So let me draw a demand curve here first. You see, if this is the price along the y-axis we take, and this is the quantity along the x-axis, and if we draw the usual downward sloping demand curve, and if we take P0 as the original price and Q0 is the original quantity, original price, and original quantity, and let's mark this point as A here. If there is an increase in the price, let's say increase in the price from P0 to P1, alright, then when I extend this price line along the demand curve, it hits the demand curve at this point. Let's mark this point as B and drop down this line along the quantity axis, and this is your Q1. You can see that there is a decrease in quantity demanded, but also remember that a decrease in quantity demanded is nothing but a contraction in demand, as we call it, and it happened due to the change in price. Rather, change in price, we also call it as increase in price, because change in price will take into consideration both increase and decrease in price. So contraction. Whereas when the price falls down, so contraction when you are moving up the slope of the demand curve and you are moving towards the origin. Whereas when the price falls down from P0 to P2, there is an increase in quantity demanded. If you see, if I extend this line here, then this is your Q2. Again, there is an increase in the quantity demanded, and we see that we move down on the slope. Down on the slope, that is causing expansion. Up or down movement along the slope of the demand curve will be caused only and only due to the change in the price of the same commodity alone. It means all other factors, whether it's the income, the taste and preference, the future expected changes in the price of the commodities, the change in the price of the complementary and substitute goods, are all assumed to remain constant. We have to take only one thing that is changing, and that is the price. But before we go any further, a little announcement is to be made. You all know that Yashas Academy has collaborated with Unacademy to provide you an all English batch, and moreover we have started a fast track batch for foundation, and the batch has already started, and on 18th of August. So we have started with law, and then accounts will happen. There'll be 6 hours of class every day, all right. So, and divided into 3 sessions. After every 2 hours you'll have a break of half an hour, and the class will go on till 3 p.m. It will start at 8 a.m. in the morning. So law will be taken by Nitika Bachawat ma'am. Accounting or accountancy will be taken by CA Rajvardhan sir. Maths, QA and statistics, logical reasoning will be taken by Anil Mishra sir, and economics and BCK will be taken by me. That's me, Shandar Ahmed. I've been associated with Yashas Academy from last 11 years. And then business correspondence, that is BCR, will be taken by Pooja Chatwani ma'am. So as far as subscriptions are concerned, there are various different types of subscription that you can opt for, and obviously it's going to be a live interactive classes. You'll be given extensive study notes. There'll be mock sessions will be available to you. There'll be quizzes and so on and so forth. So how do you subscribe to the Unacademy? First of all, you have to download the app. All right, you have to download the app and then you have to register yourself. Free classes are also available to help many students to find out the quality of teaching, which is, again, it's very simple. You can just log in and watch those free sessions as well before you make up your mind to take the uh, subscription. And moreover, just remember one thing: if you're taking subscription for any particular course, lectures of all the other educators will also be available. So you can download the app on the in the App Store or in the you know Google Play Store, depending on whether you're using Android or iOS. Now, plus subscription, as I told you, that plus subscription, the longer duration you'll take, the lesser will be the per month charges here. You see, for 24 months is 917, for 12 months is 1333 per month, of course, and for 6 months if you take, then 2000 rupees per month you have to pay. So, but there is a catch here: if you take for 12 months, then you get 2 months free. And on top of that, if you use Yash's code, you'll get additional 10% off. There is also combo subscription available for both foundation and intermediate, and the course plan, as you can see here, is 1333 per month, that is for 24 months, and 2083 if you take it for 12 months, and the code is applicable here as well. Now, in CEO iconic subscription, you have all the facilities of plus subscription, but there will be also one-to-one interaction with the faculty. There will be a Discord channel wherein students and the teachers can interact and they can post their queries over there. All right, and extensive notes, hard copy will be given to you. And obviously, industry expert will also be coming on and off to help you strategize to crack this examination. All right, so iconic subscription as well goes for 24 months, 12 months and 6 months, and these are the pricing here. Again, additionally, you can off for 10% off if you use the Yashas code, and foundation intermediate iconic subscription is as well available. So let's get back to the topic here. So now we've seen here that expansion and contraction. So you are moving up or down the slope on the same demand curve. You are expanding or contracting along the same demand curve. So we see this, we say that there is a movement, upward movement and downward movement along the slope. So now you get a question here. Say for example, they ask you that there is an upward movement along the slope of the demand curve. Choose which of the following option is correct. Now you see here, upward movement is happening here. We are moving from A to B. So upward movement is happening, so it means contraction is happening, and they've asked you which is the correct option with regard to the price. They can ask you. So the price is decreasing, no, the price is increasing. The price is remaining constant, no, the price is increasing. Then the third option they can give you, the price is increasing. So obviously you have to choose that particular option. All right. So just remember that when there is contraction, you move up the slope, and when you're moving up the slope, the reason for contraction is that the price is increasing. All right, contraction. When there is expansion, then you move down the slope. It means you see the price is falling down from P0 to P2 and you're moving from point A to B. So you move down the slope, and this happens due to the fall in the price level. So this is your expansion or contraction in demand, but remember, it is usually termed as increase or decrease in quantity demanded. What we call it as increase or decrease in quantity demanded. We use the phrase quantity demanded. Clear? All right. Let's go further. Now sometimes you see the price may not change, but still there is a change in the demand. So in that case, there will be either rightward or leftward shift in the demand curve. We all know that price can also change due to demand can also change due to factors other than price. What are these factors? Income of the individual, taste and preference, it could be positive or negative. Income may increase or decrease. You may expect that the future change in prices may happen. Price may increase or decrease in future, but not now. There can be a change in the price of complementary goods, like how the price of petrol is going to affect the demand for petrol car. There can be change in the price of substitute goods when they do competing goods. For example, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, if the price of Pepsi is increasing, how it will affect the demand for Coca-Cola and so on. So in that case, there will be a shift in the slope of the demand curve, either rightward or a leftward shift. So when demand changes due to factors other than the price of the good, then what will happen? Then there will be either rightward shift, rightward or rightward shift or leftward shift in the demand curve. So how does a diagram will look like in this case? Let's figure it out. Now, if this is the price of the same commodity and this is the quantity, you see in this case the price is not changing. The price remains at P0 level, original price is not changing. As in the previous case, if you compare, there was a change in the price and the movement along the y-axis which was leading to the change in the price was leading to expansion or contraction in the demand, resulting into increase or decrease in quantity demanded. But here the price is not changing, and let's say if this was the demand curve, let's consider is the DD0 and this is the quantity here Q0. So there may be a situation when the demand curve will shift to the right. Let's say from DD0 to DD1 it shifts. So this is called as rightward shift. Rightward shift. It will lead to increase in demand, whereas there can also be a leftward shift from DD0 to DD2, leftward shift, leftward shift. Alright. So here Q0 to Q1, there is increase in demand and there is decrease in demand from Q0 to Q2. So here there is a rightward shift in the slope. Rightward shift, remember, a rightward shift will lead to increase in demand, will lead to increase in demand. DD stands for demand here, whereas a leftward shift will lead to what? Decrease in demand. For example, let's consider that this is the demand curve for car and Maruti was able to sell, let's say our total number of cars sold in the economy was, let's say, 10,000 units in a quarter. Now the price of petrol is increasing. Now this P0 is not the price of petrol, this P0 is the price of cars. Alright, let's say the average price of car was 6 lakhs, but the price of car is not changing. So price of petrol is increasing. What will happen? Driving car will become expensive, and so there will be a fall in the demand for petrol cars, and you see it will lead to a leftward shift. Now Maruti will be able to sell, or total number of cars sold in the economy will come down maybe from 10,000 units to 7,500 units or 7,000 units. But if tomorrow government decreases the price of the petrol and decreases the excise duty on it, then what will happen? Then people can afford the car. So gradually, if the price remains low for a longer duration of time, what will happen? Gradually people will be attracted to buy the petrol cars because the cost of running them will decrease significantly. So it will lead to a rightward shift, and then originally it was 10,000, it may increase to 12,000 or 13,000 cars sold as well. So this is a situation wherein the price of the commodity is not changing, but still there is a rightward or leftward shift in the demand curve leading to increase or decrease in demand. This is also a possibility. So price of the commodity is not the only factor that can affect quantity demanded. There can be other factors that can have a significant change in demand. Alright. So on this note, I'll wind up here. Remember to take the subscription. Alright. We'll meet again with a new topic very soon. Bye bye and take care.